On this Market Monday, we're getting a look at one local vendor who's on a mission to reconnect people with their food in an easy and sustainable way. Let's check in with Tierra Neubaum, who is live in Paige with more details on the gardening boxes. Tierra, I've been loving this morning's segment.
Good morning, Leslie. I have as well. This is such an incredible way for people to kind of begin gardening. Hannah, you want to help them. And, you know, what was your kind of idea and passion behind this to really help people connect with their food?
So I love food. I love growing it and cooking it and you know, seeing what you grow, you put it in the ground, and the next thing you know, you have something amazing to eat. So I want to teach that as best I can. And make people more sustainable. So
for somebody who's missed it this morning, can you tell us a little bit about H2Grow and what you do, what you offer?
Yeah, so H2Grow installs, we deliver and install herb and vegetable gardens right to your house, wherever you want it, wherever you want it.
Okay, so we have a little example here this morning. We did some planting earlier. Let's head over to the garden, do a little bit more planting, and how does this work? This is a medium-sized garden that could be installed, and what do people need to know? What do they need to think about?
Yeah, so this is called the gardener. So there are three sizes. This is the medium size, the gardener. There is already irrigation installed. So they're buried drip lines, so it's drip irrigation. And so we'll come install this exact size with the irrigation, with the soil, and then we'll plant stuff like this summer squash that we have right here.
So you would actually show up to my house, create this entire garden in my backyard, put the drip irrigation in, and even plant everything that I wanted in there?
Exactly. Not to mention it's on a timer, so you don't even have to worry about watering it.
That's incredible. And then I can just go harvest the food. So what are we planting?
So this is summer squash. So this is zucchini squash.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so pretty much what you're going to do is you want to dig a little hole.
Okay.
And be careful of the lines. Yeah.
Okay. People can find you at the Barton Creek Farmers Market, and if they already have a garden, you also sell plants and some other things too.
Exactly. So I'll have all the starts in case you want to do it all yourself, and I'll have some eggs in case you need some of that to go with your zucchini squash or your tomatoes or whatever, and sourdough. If you want some of that, put an order in.
When do people need to place an order? And speaking of orders, like if they want to order a garden bed, or if they want to order some sourdough, some plants, whatever it may be, where's the best way to get more information about all of this and to place orders?
Yeah, so if you want to place an order for sourdough, or if there are specific plants you'd like for me to save for you at the market, you'll want to shoot me an email, or you can follow me on social media and shoot me a DM that way. And we'll have it all ready. So place your orders by Thursday for dough, and if you want a garden, place the orders now.
Okay, and then if somebody just has questions about all of this, you said you set up consultations. What's the best way to connect? Do you do those like actually at the market? Do you come out to people's house and measure the space, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so if you have questions, you can either schedule a consult at the market. You can send H2Grow an email. We'll set up a consultation, and in that case, we would come out to your space. We would map out your space, see what you wanted, and then create exactly what you want for your garden.
Okay, now we have our squash planted in here. When people are thinking about watering at home, if they have their own garden, this obviously has the irrigation already in it, but we've been talking about watering all morning, and that's kind of like how you make or break the garden. Either you're overwatering, underwatering, and things aren't flourishing. What do people need to think about? How often should they be watering different plants?
Right, great question. So if it's in a garden bed like this, if it's in ground, chances of you overwatering are pretty slim. But if it's in a pot, you want to make sure that you know the specifications of that plant. So for example, rosemary, the most common killer of rosemary is overwatering. Okay. So too much attention. So pretty much just put it in a corner and forget about it.
Okay, so you can water rosemary every other week. That's good to know. Yeah. I'm sure I could keep that alive. Oh, this is so great. And then as for planting today, what kind of needs to go in the ground this week to make it really flourish all spring?
Yeah, so you're going to want to make sure that your tomatoes are going in the ground. There's no more risk of freeze. It's going to be hot this week. So you want to make sure you're getting those in the ground. Probably your basil, your summer squash, you want to make sure everything's getting in the ground because it's going to get hot.
Okay, Hannah, great tips. I can't wait to get home and get my hands dirty, begin gardening. And if you're not ready for that, maybe intimidated, need some help from Hannah, you can find her at H2Grow, H2Grow.co, C-O, and at the Barton Creek Farmers Market every Saturday, 9 to 1. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, perfect. I think Hannah and I are going to become real good friends soon. Thanks, Tierra.
Awesome, Leslie. Thank you.